Okay, so in 2.6 we talk about using interval notation. And so that's what I want to talk about today is interval notation. So let's take a look at an equation. Let's say we're doing x minus 1 and it's greater than 4. Okay, so great, let's make that nicer. Greater than 4. Okay, so we have to solve this inequality, so we'll add 1 to both sides. And so x is greater than 5. Okay, and so the next thing that we've always learned right away is to do a number line. So we'll do a number line. And so I start with 0, but my start number is 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then since it's a parentheses because it's not equal to, I make it go in this direction, everything going that way. Well, interval notation is another way of writing the solution without having to show the graph or without having to have a graph. So we kind of copy what we see in the graph. You see this parentheses, we're going to use that. So we're going to put that here. Okay, and we see that we're at 5, so we have 5. And we see that it goes on forever, it never stops, so we have to put in the infinity sign, so infinity, right? And then infinity is always a parentheses because it's not a number. And so here is what I call the interval notation, where the first number you always write is the smallest number. So this is the smallest value of the solution. Okay, and the other number, this one here, is always the largest value of the solution. And it's always this way. You have a parentheses, 5, comma, and infinity, which is positive, and close with a parentheses. Sometimes you have a bracket. Now, if you have a bracket, then it would look like this. Let's say we have x is less than or equal to 4. Okay, again, you have your number line to help you write your interval notation. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a bracket going in this direction, and it goes this way. So this time 4 is going to be the largest, and the negative infinity is going to be the smallest. So since infinity is always a parentheses because it's not a number, we would write it so. So it would be parentheses, negative infinity, comma, and then a 4, and then we would have a bracket. The bracket is telling the person looking at the interval notation that, oh, 4 is part of the solution, and it's everything smaller than that. And so this is what we call the interval notation. And so that's really important to see that. So let's try and maybe do one more. Let's say we're going to do x plus 25, and that is greater than or equal to 55. Okay? So we have to, again, minus the 25 from both sides. We get x equal to, well, greater than or equal to 25. No, 20. Right? And so my number line would be here. Right? Somewhere over here would be 20. And so it's a bracket. And it's going in this direction. So that means my interval notation is going to be a bracket, and it'll be 20, 20, right? And then it goes on to positive infinity, and that's parentheses. And so that gives you some examples of what interval notation looks like. And definitely you'll be doing that in your homework and quizzes and on an exam. So thank you.